All right, so this episode I want to talk about. I want to first say we hope for speedy recovery for Jamie Foxx.
Absolutely.
I want to take this episode and actually give flowers to such a great actor, such a great creative.
Very underrated actor.
Very underrated, isn't
Yeah.
it? And why do you think that is?
You know, have you seen Chris Rock's opening speech during the Oscars?
Which year?
I believe it was 2000. What year did Concussion come out?
2016.
I believe it was around that time.
Okay.
His opening speech was that Jamie Foxx is one of the greatest actors in the world, and he doesn't understand why he's not getting better roles. Mm-hmm. You see the type of movies that he's in. Mm-hmm. They're good. They're good for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But they're not really a testament to his acting ability. And I've seen that with a lot of black actors. They have a nice, like, he's an Oscar winner.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, he won in 2004.
Right.
But he hasn't been in anything of hugely. I mean, yes, he was in Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the type of roles that they're casting him in, like he was in the Annie remake. Mm-hmm. He was in that Power movie on Netflix.
Right.
At the end of the day, he's trying to get a check, and I get that. You know,
I
get
see.
that. But it's like, look at the type of movies that Denzel's in.
Uh-huh.
Denzel's a 2-time Oscar winner.
Right.
Glory, Training Day, and he's still putting out great movies.
Right.
But you look at someone like Jamie Foxx, I don't understand why someone of his caliber, yes, he was a Django, but even after Django, like, what has he been in that's even been as good as Django? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about that personally. I feel like that's with a lot of black actors. Forrest Whitaker, also another very underrated actor. He's also an Oscar winner, The King of Scotland, 2006.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And no one ever talks about him. But he's actually still in, like, more of art house films. He was in a Black Panther movie, and he was in a new Star Wars movie. So he's fine. But a lot of people don't talk about Forrest Whitaker.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So why is that some black man, extremely talented, extraordinary, one time in a generation type of talent as Jamie Foxx, don't get the flowers they deserve?
I think it's because honestly, you look at a white actor, for instance, right? And this is no disrespect to white actors. Look at someone like Austin Butler. He got nominated for an Oscar for Elvis. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say he should have won. I haven't seen Elvis, so I don't know.
No, he shouldn't have.
But now he's going to be in a new Dune movie.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That's a
big jump.
Yeah, he's going to be in a new Dune movie. And he's going to be in another great movie, and another great movie. It's not the same for black actors. It's not the same for Latin actors. It's definitely not the same for Asian actors.
Wow.
You know what I mean? John Cho, he was on a really good project. It was I can't remember the name of it, but it's just him on a computer screen.
Right.
And just that one perspective. It's a great movie. He also did another good project after that. And then he did Cowboy Bebop, and that flopped.
Was the movie was searching for his daughter?
Yes. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, I wanted to see that one. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna check it out.
I can't remember the name, but apparently it's a really, really good movie.
I'm gonna check it out because I wanted to see that. They did great marketing for it. He's searching for his daughter, and yeah, and if anyone has the name of that, go ahead and throw it in the comments. But yeah, absolutely.
No, for sure. But it feels like to me, when actors, especially black actors, when we get any type of significance, and it's not our fault, but it seems like they're forced to take roles that forces them to step back.
Right.
While it's with white actors, they are getting roles that catapults them forward. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's no disrespect to Austin Butler. He's a great actor. He's come a long way. He was a Nickelodeon kid. You see how the Nickelodeon kids are doing now?
Oh, he's from Nickelodeon?
Yeah, he was on Zoe 101.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched that show. But
No, I didn't. But I did see Elvis, and Baz Luhrmann, the director. He's amazing. His whole thing is kind of taking these musicals and making them cool, making them blending them with hip hop and things like that. And so he's great. And also Butler did good as well. But I could have named more Oscar-worthy performances that year for sure.
Yeah. No. Okay. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying though? Mm-hmm. How, especially after they get nominated for something, the next role they get is catapults them. While also it's with a lot of black actors, that's not the case. You know, even after Denzel did Training Day.
Well, it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. The reason why it breaks my heart is because Jonathan Majors would have been what you're referring to.
Yeah. He was going to be in Magazine Dreams, where they were going to do a big Oscar campaign for him, possibility could have won. I think Magazine Dreams is a movie about a bodybuilder.
Yep.
And him taking steroids. It just was the life of a bodybuilder, because we've only seen that in documentary format. We've never really seen that in a film format.
Yeah.
So that would have been very interesting, especially from a black male's perspective. But Jonathan Majors would have been that. But I think they dropped him from that project.
Yeah.
And I think even after Michael B. Jordan did Black Panther, I think he did Just Mercy after that. But even though that was a great role, it was a great movie, he was outshined by Jamie Foxx.
Back to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is phenomenal, man.
It's like he does a good movie every 4 years, and it's not his fault. From what I've seen, it's not his fault, but it's just the roles that are offered to him aren't like the same roles as like a Dune or a Revenant or something like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe he's saying yes too much. Maybe he's just saying yes too much. We know, in the 48 Laws, it talks about, being accessible, being too accessible can, diminish power or dim the light of power. And you take, for example, you take a Drake or a Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is revered as something that can't really be touched. He's kind of like a protected name. There's some rooms you can't say anything wrong about Kendrick Lamar, right? But you can say whatever you want about Drake, and people love him. People don't. It's just like, because we have more access to Drake through his volume of music, through all that. Kendrick Lamar drops like every 5 years.
He's always in the news about something too.
He's always in the news about something, so he feels so accessible to us that we're never deprived of Drake. We're not deprived of him. We still, and that shows you how powerful he is, because the fact that we still accept his music at the volume we do says a lot. But we're not deprived of him, and so when you say yes, and that's why we definitely give Jamie Foxx his flowers today, and I've given him flowers long before now. But the biggest part about it is he may be too accessible, in the sense of we see him in 5 films a year, because he's saying yes too much, and a lot of success in life. He's massively successful. He doesn't do a thing different. But a lot of success in life doesn't come from things you say yes to. A lot of it comes from the things you say no to as well. Because you can't do everything, you can't serve everybody. That's something that I'm learning myself. But
yeah.
With that all being said, we do have an example. Jamie Foxx is phenomenal. He's still underrated. We're gonna get back to that. But I do want to piggyback on that example we said, where we see white actors elevate. And we did have Jonathan Majors going through that at the time, where he was just casted in so many projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see more stories like that.
Like more examples of
more examples of black actors who one role that they do significant can put them in a better place. It's devastating. It's all devastating to see the work Black Hollywood puts in, and I would like to see everyone rewarded in a way that's sustainable, so they can take care of their families economically, and so they can get to bigger audiences around the world and give a better perception of who we are, what we represent.
No, dude, I agree with that 100%. And I think another exception would be, or an exception to the rule, who we saw was Will Smith. Will Smith was doing rom-coms, he was doing big action movies, he was doing dramatic movies.
Different.
And he killed it.
Nobody did it like him.
Nobody still does it like him.
I don't think he was going to put up numbers like Will Smith did.
No, he's like the LeBron James of acting.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like, greatness and all this stuff, but just the numbers, dude. LeBron went to 8 straight finals.
Yeah.
Will Smith had 10 straight years of being the number 1 box office.
And it's funny, it turns out it was actually 8, but it was 8 straight years of...
8.
It was 8 straight years of grossing over 100 million. And you know what? It might have been 10, because he's been like 90, it's like 98 till 2008.
Yeah.
Was this streak he had. And so, but every summer, they gross over 100 million, and only he did that as a black lead globally. No one's bigger globally, man. That's unheard of, dude. And I was in the room with him, it made sense, because I was in the room with them probably about a couple months before 2020 ceremony, or 2021's Oscar, whatever. I was in the room with him because his book was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you saw that room, man, it made and you feel his energy immediately when he came in. Everyone treated him like that was their best friend, and you just it all made sense. You're like, no wonder why this guy no wonder why this guy dominated Hollywood the way he did.
Charismatic.
Dude, charisma ever had like a picture next to it. It's Will Smith.
Yeah.
It's Will Smith. It's crazy, and I don't know. And Jamie Foxx is funny. He's lovable.
He's definitely charismatic.
He's charismatic as well. My question is, where's the global appeal?
I think what really, as far as Will Smith, when you go from doing sitcoms like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
We talked about that.
one of the greatest sitcoms, in my opinion, the greatest sitcom of all time.
Yeah.
You can fight me on that, but then you go straight into doing Independence Day, Wild West Story, whatever that movie's called. He turned down The Matrix. He said no to The Matrix.
Yeah.
And he said he doesn't regret it because who knows, if you would have picked up The Matrix, we probably would have never seen that 8 years of success. We probably would have never gotten the Bad Boys. We probably never got the I Am Legends, the Hitches, the Men in Black. In Black. Dude, this dude was in Men in Black, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude was he was a bigger movie star than Denzel.
Oh, dude, he's a bigger movie star than anybody. He swept, dude. Like it was crazy. Like Will Smith's name getting people into this movie seats was just like once I Am Legend 2 comes out, you're gonna see people coming out of the woodwork. And think about it, like I said, I like Michael B. But when we show up to these theaters, you may have 12 people show up. I'm not gonna say that. You have very few, but you have people show up for our guy as well, Michael B. But the line share of the people showing up, they're showing up for Will, bro.
Oh yeah,
like
no question.
Down. People climbing out of gutters, people coming there, people you didn't think that could grab a ticket or getting a hold of one to sit there and watch that movie.
We still watch Fresh Prince, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but the thing is, let's go back to that, man, because Will obviously has a formula that worked for him, but and Jamie Foxx is already wealthy, already massively successful. He doesn't have the same global reach, global appeal.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna bring that back around. I think it's because if you look at the Jamie Foxx show.
I'm gonna say Jamie Foxx show.
Okay, keep going. My bad, dude. Do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I ask you about that. Jamie Foxx has a show as well, so let's go and talk about that.
Yeah. Do you want to make that to part 2?
Let's make that to part 2. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We can't give you this much free game without putting up to another episode.
Yeah.
Well, this is Black Hollywood, and
yeah, go be great.
Hey, go be great.
Yeah.